all I hope, yeah. They don't know.
You know, this is why you can't be giving people compliments. Because you give certain people compliments and it goes to their head. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with uplifting people. There's nothing wrong with showing love to people. I always show love to people. Like, if I see, you know, I don't understand this thing that women do where when we first meet each other, it's automatic, like a competition, right? Or like it's automatic jealousy. It's automatic envy. I don't understand it. Like, if I see you and I like your makeup, bitch, I'm gonna tell you I like your makeup. If I see you and I like your outfit, I'm going to tell you that I like your outfit. And there's nothing behind it. I'm just genuinely giving you a compliment. Now, I don't even do it as often because of that. And I'm not saying that, again, you can't have a kind heart, right? Because you guys know how I feel about being nice and being kind. I'm not a nice person. I hate when people say I'm a nice person because I'm not. Because that becomes an invitation for you to see what you can and can't get out of me, to see all the different ways that you can test me. I'm not a nice person, right? So yeah, I'm not saying you can't have a kind heart, right? But one thing that I've discovered is that when it comes to giving people compliments or showing them love, or dare I say validation, I've noticed that with some people, right, if I don't give them validation, it becomes a problem. If I don't say, oh my gosh, good job, I'm so obsessed, you did good, this was this, and I love this, and I love, it's a problem. It becomes this huge thing, right? Do you know how many people this week I've had to tell to leave me alone? How many people I've had to cut off and just cut ties with because of how annoyed and irritated I was by that. And then if you don't clock it, it turns into this thing where people feel as though because you complimented them, because you know, showed love, they now feel like they can violate your privacy, violate your space, infiltrate your space, take all your energy, see how much they can get away with, and violate your boundaries, right? But what you're not going to do is violate and cross my boundaries. Like, you know what I hate? You know what I really, really hate? When people will spam you and bombard you with, you know, like, let's say they send you DMs, right? Oh, like, share, do this, do that. And they do it over and over and over and over and over again. And my thing is, if it's a few times, you know, just a few times here and there, that's fine. Right? But when it's constant, and then it becomes a problem when you don't do it every single time, that's what pisses me clean off. That pisses me clean off, because let me do that on my own. Why are you forcing me to do it? Now it's an obligation. Now I have to do it. And don't let you have some clout. Don't let you have something behind you to where they feel like, oh, but you have this and that and this and that, so why can't you help me out? A good example of this that comes to mind is Kendrick Lamar and 𝙤𝙤, right? If you guys don't know, recently 𝙤𝙤 was being very disrespectful towards Kendrick. 𝙤𝙤 was on the song Hey Now on Kendrick's GNX album, right? Probably one of my favorite features that he had on the album besides AZ, right? So apparently 𝙤𝙤 was upset. And this was like a while ago, right? But it comes to mind. Apparently 𝙤𝙤 was upset because in his mind, he felt as though the being on Kendrick's album was going to catapult him into stardom. That was what was going to be the thing to take him there, right? So he went live talking about how he's living in his car and things are really hard. And I think it was No Jumper had released some text messages, right? And he was calling K-Dot a bitch and all this shit, right? When I tell you I was appalled by that, when I tell you I was so mad and so irritated and the amount of disrespect and entitlement is crazy. Not only that, but Kendrick was allowing him free access to, I think it was one of his studios, but it was some studio, free access. Do you know how many artists would kill for that? Do you know how many artists would have been so happy to be in his place? But here you are complaining. But what got me the most heated, you guys, what got me the most heated about this whole thing is because Kendrick has a good heart. He has a really, really good heart. Because to me, I feel like, first of all, he would be damned if he do and damned if he don't. Why? Because if he didn't do it, they would say, oh, Kendrick is big-headed. Kendrick thinks he's all that. He's made it to mainstream and he's not even putting anybody from the West Coast on. That's what you would have heard. Right? So now that he has done it, it's still a problem. Why are you upset? Because you couldn't take the torch and run with it. Why? And if you watch the way Kendrick speaks, if you listen to his music, you can tell that he has a good heart. Kendrick is a chosen one. I've always said this. I have always said this. But when people see the kind heart that you have, they will try to see how much they can get away with. Now, it goes back to what I was saying. I hate when people superimpose themselves on me, and then when I don't do it, it's a huge problem. Like, I have this friend, right, where every single time because we're in the same industry, right? So every single time they do something, they'll send it my way. Oh, hey, I did this. Check it out. You know what I mean? And I have no problem with doing that. But what I've noticed is now they're starting to invade my personal space. Right now, I'm in a season where I just want to focus on myself and my art because I've been through a lot. And there was a period where I had to put a lot of my own personal projects on hold. And that really broke me because I went through a really, really rough, hard season. A really rough season that I wouldn't wish on anyone. And I was out and about yesterday, and this person was just constantly texting me. And it was irritating the shit out of me because you don't have any clue of what I went through. But yet you're here forcing me to do something. Meanwhile, I'm trying to focus on my own self. And it was really, really irritating to me because I had supported this person so much. But then I realized they're trying to test me and see how much they can get away with. They're trying to test me to see just how much I can kiss their ass. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to boost your ego. I'm just not. I don't care. Like, I hate it. I don't do groups. I hate when people try to add me to I had this one guy, he's an artist too, right? I wake up one day and this guy has added me to, I think it was on Instagram. It was his like fan page or some shit like that. And I was like, really? Really? I am not your fan. How dare you? It's that thing where people try to make you out as if you are like their worshiper or they kiss your ass. When I tell you I removed myself from that group so fucking fast, don't you ever in your life do that shit. I hate that. They're trying to get close to you. And then you're asking me all these questions. Because when people are asking me all these questions, the first thing that pops into my head is, bitch, who you working for? Who sent you? Because why are you being so nosy? Why are you trying to get into like what is your end game here? And don't you ever feel the need to explain yourself if you know that this person is not going to understand where you're coming from. I know a lot of times we feel like, oh, but if I say this, it's going to make more sense or whatever. Me, what I do is I think to myself, does this person really need to know this information? And if not, don't tell them. Or what are the consequences if I tell this person all this information? Is this something they can use against me in the future if we're not friends anymore? Think about that type of shit. I realized just how important a chosen one's word or stamp of approval, just how important it is. They get cool points from a chosen one. And then they start thinking, oh, this is someone I can get attention from. Oh, when I'm near this person, I get a lot of attention. Oh, when I'm near this person, people talk to me more. Oh, when I'm near this person. And then they start thinking of ways of how they can tether themselves to you and get cool points. People get cool points when they're around the chosen one. So that's why that validation is one hell of a drug from a chosen one. Stop seeking outside validation. Stop it. especially if you're a chosen one, because you do not need it. You don't need their unsolicited advice. You don't need their opinions. You don't need their 2 cents. You don't need their input. You do not need it. Stop it. Okay? If it's that deep, get a spiritual leader. Get a mentor, a therapist. If you have a close family member, because I know sometimes family members can be toxic too. And even spiritual leaders and you know, there are some people that can be very toxic, right? But this is when you go within, okay? You go within. Your problem is you are seeking so much and absorbing so much info from out there. Oh, let me go see what this person thinks. Let me see what this person thinks and this person. And let me go seek a second opinion. And let me go do this and let me go do that. And telling people that your opinion means a lot to me. Your opinion means so much to me. I used to do that fucking shit. I'm so glad I don't do that stupid ass shit anymore, because fuck anyone I ever said that to. Because your opinion did not mean shit, because you were trying to lead me astray. Let's talk about it. But you need to learn how to clap for yourself when no one else is clapping for you. You need to learn how to keep going when no one is saying you did a good job. You need to learn how to give yourself all that love when someone breaks your heart. When you are tempted to go outside and look for that love. Do you know how many projects I've put out that nobody has clapped for? And I'm not, there are some projects that people have, you know what I mean, said, oh yeah, you did your big one on that, right? But there are, for every 10 that I've done that people have said good job, there are 20, 30 that people haven't even showed love to. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep going. Learn to go within. You're asking everybody else for their opinion. You're looking for everybody to validate you and say what you're doing is right. But two of the most important people, God and yourself. Like I said in, I think, my lock-in video, did you pray about it? Did you ask God, is this right? Are you pleased with this? Am I doing things to bring you glory? And then did you ask yourself, does this agree with my boundaries? Does this agree with my morals and the things that I value? Did this person even take into consideration what I value before I just took their advice? So now they feel like they're on a pedestal. So now they feel like I hold them in high regard to where I can't make a move until they say yes. See how stupid that sounds? So you're just completely overlooking yourself. And then you wonder why you feel like shit. You wonder why you feel drained. You wonder why you feel like you're not in control anymore. Take your fucking power back. There is a quote that I absolutely love. And I saw this a long time ago, but it has always stuck with me. And the quote goes, "Drink from the well of yourself and begin again." I believe it's from Charles Bukowski, if I'm not mistaken. But I saw that quote a long time ago and it's always stuck with me and I've always loved it. It means you have everything that you need to overcome whatever it is that is bothering you. I'll tell you a quick story and I'm gonna wrap this up. There was a moment in my life when I was in college where it was, a lot of things were happening and I was in this really big production, right? And I just felt like my life was falling apart. Everything was just, it was just in disarray, right? And I remember I was in that place of you know, seeking advice and doing all this stuff. And again, there's nothing wrong with asking for help, right? But if you haven't gone within and you haven't prayed about it, something ain't right? So I remember I was in my mom's car. I had driven my mom's car that day and I parked it. And I remember I was bawling my eyes out, just head in my hands, bawling my eyes out, right? And I remember I heard a voice, clear as day. You could not tell me nothing. I knew it was God. I knew it was God. And I heard him say, "Get up, wipe your tears, because I have given you every single thing that you need to overcome this. So wipe your tears and go. I have given you every single tool that you need. Why are you looking elsewhere?" And when I heard that, it was like a punch in the gut, not in a bad way, but it was like I can't even describe it, but I knew it was God, right? And I remember pulling down the little mirror on the roof of the car, and I looked at myself. My eyes were bloodshot red. I wiped my tears, and I said, you know what? You right. You right. So I wiped my tears and I moved forward. And I just remember this overwhelming strength, this strength that just came to me out of nowhere. And I knew it was from God. Some of y'all don't even know what God's voice sounds like. Some of y'all are listening to all these other bullshit voices, bullshit advice. And some of these motherfuckers are leading you astray. So go within. Go within and listen for God's voice, because he has given you everything that you need to be successful. Okay? So, this is a new style I'm trying out. I didn't really feel like, well, it's not that I didn't feel like being on camera, but I have too much going on this week, so I really couldn't set up and do all that stuff. But I think I like this. This is pretty cool. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, be you, stay true, go within. Bye.
Struggles and pain only make we tougher. Also comes the money get no far. Me love my life, still I make money and my friends alright. Make progress while them backslide. Them can't stop my flame from ignite. One life, many chances. You'd live up, you'd rise to the top. Don't make it through badness. Right now we have to cool off of that. Get a youth one hold on strong.